Welcome to a closer look. How do we reach paradise? The answer is simple. Paradise belongs to God, and only those who accept His rulership can enter. Many believe that praying, fasting, and charity alone will guarantee them a place in paradise. But is that truly enough? The key to entering paradise is the same as it has always been: obedience to God through His appointed guide. This was the message of every prophet, and it remains true today. Throughout history, God has always appointed a guide to lead His people. Without this guide, people fall into misguidance and follow leaders not chosen by God. Scripture teaches that good deeds alone are not enough if a person rejects God's messenger of their time. God's appointed guide is the door to God. He is the link between the Creator and His creation, the one who tells us what God truly wants from us. If we reject this guide, we cut ourselves off from God's direction, His blessings, and ultimately His paradise. True freedom comes through obedience to God's chosen guide. Many fear that following an appointed leader means losing freedom, but in reality, it is the opposite. A divinely appointed leader guides people to true freedom. Those who fully submit to God's guidance reach a state of paradise even in this life. It is said that the Imams free believers when they reach this level of faith. By accepting God's leadership, we free ourselves from confusion, misguidance, and the deception of false leaders. Disobedience to God's commands leads to exile from paradise. This truth has never changed. Adam and Eve were cast out of paradise for disobeying God's command. Satan was banished because he refused to obey God's chosen representative. If disobedience led them away from paradise, how can we enter paradise without obedience? If we truly want to be with God in the afterlife, we must live under His rule in this life. God never leaves His people without guidance. In every age, He appoints a leader. Today, that leader is Al-Sadiq, from Him is peace. Obedience to Him is the key to freedom, true salvation, and entrance into paradise. Ignoring God's appointed guide has always led to destruction. The people who rejected the prophets perished, while those who followed them were saved. The same test exists today. The choice is clear. If we want to be with God in the next life, we must live under His rule now. Paradise is not for those who follow their desires or false leaders. It is for those who submit to God's commands through His chosen guide. So ask yourself, am I truly following God, or am I following a leader never appointed by God? Am I submitting to God's rulership, or am I serving a false authority? Now is the time to find the truth. Thank you for joining us on A Closer Look. Until next time, may we seek the truth and follow the guidance of God.